Today we're going to look at paraphrasing and how to put things in your own words instead of quoting directly from your sources when you do research. So we have a couple direct quotes here that we took from some news articles. Okay, so let's say, just for example, right? We have a big long direct quote here with quotation marks that we took from a source called Korea News. So we've cited our source with an in-text citation, and we've also used quotes because we copied it directly. So this is okay, it's correct, it's not wrong, it's not plagiarism, okay? We have another long quote here with quotation marks, and this is from another source which we've put here. So these are okay, these are direct quotes, but you can see they're very long, and do we really need to quote all of this, right? We just want to take out the most important information and put it in our own words in a more condensed, summarized way. So let's look at the first one. This was in November 2019. So what is the important information here? Well, South Korea is going to stop high school, elite high schools and make them regular high schools. Okay, so let's just highlight some of this. They're going to abolish elite high schools. They're going to make them into regular high schools. And this is to eliminate inequality. Now, they're also going to invest this much money, 5 years, and this is to improve the quality of education, okay? And make them compulsory by 2021, okay? So trying to make high school mandatory by 2021. So let's take just this information and we'll try to put it in our own words, right? Elite high schools, they're going to change into regular high schools. They're trying to eliminate inequality. How much money are they going to put in? 2 trillion won. And how much time? It's going to be 5 years. I'm just copying. And make them compulsory. That's important. Make them compulsory by 2021. Oops. Okay. So we have basically these 4 pieces of information. All right. Now we can delete all of this. Oh, one more piece of important information, probably the date. Maybe not the month, maybe just the year is fine, right? So let's just delete all of this so that we're not tempted to copy anything. We have the source. Now let's try to just write some sentences to explain all this stuff in our own words. So if we look, okay, we could say in 2019, Korea abolished elite high schools and changed them to regular high schools, right? In order to stop inequality. Try to use your own words. Instead of eliminate, we used stop. So we're using synonyms. Okay? Over 5 years, well, we should write 5 like this because it's less than 10. Over 5 years, the government will invest 2 trillion won. Okay, these high schools will be compulsory. Another word would be mandatory by 2021. Okay, and now we need to cite our source because even though we didn't copy directly, we still used information from the source. So this is our paraphrase. Okay, we have the same information that we took out, and we wrote it in our own words. Okay, one more example we'll do down here. Now in this example, if you don't need to see another example, you can stop the video, but we're going to do one more. Okay, let's see what's important here. So this is Korean students doing homework. They do a lot of homework and stuff, right? So they spend 16 hours a day in school and after school in Hagwon. Okay, how much percent don't get enough sleep? 53% of high school students. Okay, 90%. So they had less than 2 hours of spare time on weekdays. Okay. Another statistic, suicide, unfortunately, is the leading cause of death among teens. Okay, so I think that's important information. We don't really need anything else. So let's copy it all. Right. I'm just extracting the important information, the important statistics. This is really useful with statistics especially. And then we'll put it in our own words. So we're going to delete this so that we're not tempted to copy anything. Save the source. And let's see. The 16 hours was studying each day. Okay, so Korean, this is all high school students. High school students, I think it was high school students. Let me just check. Many Korean children. Okay, anyway. Korean children can spend 16 hours studying per day. Okay. 53% of high school students, let's say over half of high school students don't get enough sleep on weekdays, that was. Okay. And 90% get less than 2 hours of sleep on weekdays. Well, weekdays. Okay, we can take out this weekdays. All right. Unfortunately, suicide is the most common cause of death. Is it a leading cause among teenagers in South Korea? Okay, so again, here is our paraphrase. We just need to add the source. And remember, the period goes after the parentheses. It does not go here. It goes here. And so now we have a nice paraphrase. We have the same information. We just took out the important numbers and statistics, and we didn't copy any sentences directly, so we don't need to use any quotation marks. Our writing is also much shorter. So you notice you took a big, long paragraph, you made it nice and short and condensed, and the reader can more easily get to the important statistics without reading a big, long quote. So this is a very important skill in writing, especially research essays, and especially with statistics. And this skill is called paraphrasing.